Hello viewers, welcome to your favorite program, the Vintage Heritage Show. My name is Jim Briggs. On today's episode, we'll be showcasing a personality. But before then, stay tuned, we'll be right back. Welcome back on the Vintage Heritage Show. I told you we have a personality on the Vintage Heritage Show today. He's a personality. When you talk about personality, somebody you can get the best out of it when it comes to the media industry and even the media itself. He's a versatile person, somebody you get to meet, you will hear, you will learn, you will understand what the media is talking about. He is a personality when you talk about media in quotes. He is a scriptwriter, a television producer, and a TV producer. He produced films, and currently he is the head of station of Wazobia and Arewa station. He's no other person than Prince Daniel Aboki.
Thank you.
Hi, welcome to the Vintage Heritage Show.
Thank you for having me.
It's really a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
I want to thank you so much. Viewers, you get to know what it takes me to get this guy here. You see, sometimes I told you, I always say something on the program. I said, learn to be humble, irrespective of who you are. You always be loyal, you get what you want. And that is the connectivity that has brought me to this place. It's not been easy. If you think it's easy, go get him on your program too. So you're welcome, Prince Aboki.
Thank you.
It's really nice to have you here.
Yeah,
it's nice to have you here. Welcome to the Vintage Heritage Show on Personality Profile today. And I will start by saying on personality, and let's say people are looking at it, said, with all these I have mentioned, a script writer, a TV producer, and the head of station with Arewa and Wazobia Radio in Kano. Who is Aboki? Who is Prince Aboki Daniel, please?
Okay, I am me.
You get to laugh. You know, those of you who don't know this, the prince here, you will always think he's a very serious, mean person. But getting to know him, he's just somebody that if you are down to earth, you will learn. The one thing that has made me want him to be part of us today is his love to grow people. I have seen, I have heard, and this has led him to so many kinds of awards. We'll be talking about that, but not really on this segment. Another time, if I get to catch him back. So, who is Prince Aboki?
Yes, thank you again. It's a great privilege to be here. My name is Prince. A lot of people think my name is Daniel. No.
Okay.
Daniel is my surname.
Your name is still Daniel if it's your surname.
Prince is my name.
Okay.
But on radio I use Aboki.
Yeah,
the area
he's a known one.
Yes. So I'd prefer to be called Aboki for short.
Okay.
By privilege, I'm a broadcaster. I'm a trained broadcaster. I trained at Cambridge International College in the UK. And I'm the only person in Nigeria so far who studied mass communication and media administration. Everyone else studied mass communication.
That's true. If you go to the profile, you will get to know what I'm talking about.
So I'm also a filmmaker. I have a couple of films. One just won the best short film at Toronto International Nollywood Film Festival. It was a short film I did on epilepsy. It was also the best short film at Cardiff 2020. Okay. It was an official selection at Prisma Award in Italy.
Yeah.
It was official selection at Lift Up in the UK.
My God.
So I can go on and on. And then
Please
again,
do.
I'm also a United Nations Youth Ambassador for Peace.
Yeah, I know for that.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then a university outside the country gave me a honorary doctorate award in administration.
Yeah.
And presently, I'm the general manager at Cool FM, Wazobia-Fm, and Arewa Radio in Kano.
That's correct. Is that
and I'm
correct?
also privileged to be the chairman, Kano State Heads of Media Forum.
Wow.
It is the forum for all the MDs and the GMs of all radio and television stations in Kano.
That's a big plus.
Yes.
You're sitting there and you imagine.
Yes, and I also act. I still act on Tinsel.
Yeah.
And I produce. I direct.
He's a producer.
A film I co-directed with Dimbo Atia, who is the producer-director of Halita, is coming out on the 15th of February.
Halita is a movie.
Yes, it's a series.
Serious movie, yeah. I watched Halita.
We did a job together with the producer where we even featured Liz Benson. It's billed for release in cinema February 12th, to be very precise. It's called Still Falling. And I also co-produced with Toka Magbaro, Paper Boat. It was Nigeria's first action crime series for Star Times. So this and other things I do. Well, the other part that people don't know is I teach at the Department of Theatre and Performing Arts at BUK.
Currently?
Yes, pro bono.
Wow.
And I'm also an interior designer.
I'm getting to know this now. And you see, he has hidden this interior designer away from me. But I think I'll believe it because on one of the pics I saw of Prince Aboki, I saw the decorative part of the studio and I was like, where did this guy get this idea? But I wouldn't ask because I thought maybe he called somebody to do it. Now you can see he's an interior designer. All of these, one person. That's a plus and that's a kudos. Congratulations. That's a good one. Yeah. You have really had the full package of this profile. And that's amazing. It's so good. Even the one, you can go to the profile, check it. And you can find out the facts in between all that has been said here. They are all quite accurate. If you get into Prince Aboki's office, awards will amaze you.
They are not much. They are just
you think so?
67.
You can imagine. You can imagine. That's it. You see, when you are getting awards, it reminds you the impact you have made in your society. Now, back here, I want to ask, in between all of those things you have shared so far, how do you manage them in between the jobs? Your time?
Oh well, good enough. All I do, I see them as one. One, because it is within a cycle, and it is something I've been doing since I was much younger. I've been around the media cycle from television to radio in the last 22 years because I started very early. I started as an actor with NTA Tales by Moonlight.
Yeah.
And I moved to AIT Country People.
Exactly.
Before I went freelance. And then in 2012, I then came back to radio from FRCN in Bauchi then to Wazobia-Fm. So I see everything I do as almost the same.
The same thing.
Yes,
and it makes you find it easy.
No, it's easy. I don't have to stress to write a script. I don't have to stress to direct.
Wow.
In any case, the first film I directed in 2005 gave me the nomination for Best New Director that year. And this year I went to win with a short film. And it has a very good showing at international festivals. So it's with ease. I think it's what I'm carved out to do. I act with ease. I direct with ease. I teach around the theater and filmmaking with ease.
Yeah.
I do interior design with ease because it's all internally generated.
Exactly.
I don't have to stress. I just have to look around the place and I'll find what to put together.
You don't get stressed up?
No, I don't get stressed up.
Okay.
I don't get stressed up. And I've also worked over time to learn to manage time.
Okay.
So, like when we had to come here, I usually go, if I'm late for an event, it's 30 minutes before the event.
I noticed it. Actually, I noticed it, but I'm not going to say what I noticed.
There's no record. There's no record anywhere that I've ever been late. It's so because I've been able to manage my time. And how I did it is that I cut down on my sleep. In the last 19 years, I sleep just 3 hours, and it's sufficient.
3 hours?
Yes, and I know a lot of people will start bringing medical.
Yeah.
But I'm healthier than they are.
I can see that.
So if you are able to manage your time,
Yeah.
you can be able to do a lot of things, because it helps you to segment your life. It helps you to be able to know what to do and when to do it. So I don't feel any stress at all. I drive long distances. I spend a lot of time. Yes, I drive. I drive my. I don't use a driver until there's something I have to do. If anytime you see me go out with a driver, is that there's a job at hand that I have to use my my phone to do, or I have to be writing on the way. But apart from that, I'm still relatively young, so I globe through.
You're still on the Vintage Heritage Show. Don't forget, we are here with Prince Aboki of Cool Wazobia Arewa station. I tell you, it's been an entertaining time hanging out with a personality with me today on the Vintage Heritage Show. You can see I'm ending my year in a very beautiful way. We'll be right back on the Vintage Heritage Show. Stay tuned.
How dare you tell me? Huh? Get me my bag and bring him alive.
Welcome back, still on Personality Profile, and today we're here with Prince Aboki of Cool FM, Cool Wazobia and Arewa Radio. You will be asking, have I seen this person before? Here he is on the Vintage Heritage Show. He is the person. He's not two, actually. He's just one person. Welcome back, Prince Aboki. Let's look into the media, especially in Nigeria. When it comes to production, what's going to be your word there when it comes to, are you satisfied to see what is happening in the media when it comes to productions?
Well, to be very fair, I think we've come a long way. Okay. We are not where we should be, but we have left where we were. Because if you compare the quality of our production against productions from South Africa and other African countries, you see that we're trailing behind.
Exactly.
But we are trying. The only thing that is making me uncomfortable is that we have too many wannabes on our airwaves, both on radio and on television, who find their ways to the airwaves by privileges. So there was a time that before you would go on air, be it on radio or on television, you have to be properly groomed.
Exactly.
But we can't say that right now because people are giving letters to media stations and they want to hear them on radio or they want to see them on television.
But you know, even at that, it can be corrected even on this personality profile topic, because you hear a lot of people don't even know where to belong. Somebody's supposed to be on TV, she's on radio, or he's on radio. And you discover somebody is on radio overdoing the things he or she is supposed to do. And they get so boring when you put so much foolish interest doing some certain thing, because I have come to realize that radio is an information. I've come on my own, that's my definition for radio. Things you don't get on TV, you can get it easily on radio, no matter where you are. Even if you're in the forest, you have a small network, you can still get it. But you see some people still go there, they overdo the entertainment thing on the radio. So, and that's why I have you here today. What can you chip into that? Because we have people coming up, and younger ones who still want to be broadcaster, and younger ones who still want to be journalists, and they still want to be a TV personality. I met somebody one time who said, I wish I can be like Ebuka. And I said, can you sacrifice what Ebuka has sacrificed? So I think I am here with the lion itself. So he's going to be telling us the secret of how you can get beyond and get there. It's not just easy. You've heard all he gathered as a person on his profile. He didn't just start one day. So?
Yes, the challenge again is we always want to take the fast route. We want to just get to the end before starting the journey. I do not advocate for that. I don't subscribe to it. I prefer if people start from the beginning. And the beginning is you have to learn. You have to come through a process. I didn't just wake up and boom, I'm a filmmaker. No, I started as a production assistant
Good.
in NTA then. I was a
Yeah.
production assistant with One Big Family. And production assistant, by simple definition, is just someone assisting, help me with camera, go and buy food.
Which some
go and
people
buy-
now wouldn't want to go
No,
that process.
I started there.
Yeah.
I started there. So I started from the beginning. I was learning. I was learning from the masters. I wouldn't say I know it all. But the experience that came over these years can't be denied.
Yeah.
So I encourage them to start from the beginning. Get mentors,
Exactly.
intern in media stations. When I came on radio, I wasn't even paid for 3 years. Yes, I just went to the radio station and told them I came from television and I wanted to start doing radio. So I went to FRC and Global FM then in Bauchi, and they said, okay, what would you do? What can you do? I said, I will be doing a program.
Wow.
So they gave me the program, they gave me time. It later became twice in a week. The program was called a Straight Talk. It was personality interview. So I took time to study. I took time to watch other people. When I started the program, it was from that program that I got the award for best radio presenter that year.
Just the start of.
Yes.
Wow.
And then it was from that program I got the United Nations award as a peace ambassador. So, and by the time I was done with the program, I've presented over 273 episodes of the same program.
It's amazing.
I've interviewed high-powered personalities in the music industry then via phone. So it was the beginning. It was a learning process.
Exactly.
Before I went into mainstream film production and film directing, I also learned, and I'm still learning.
Exactly.
If they don't want to learn, it means there's a limit to how far
they could go. That's true.
Even I wouldn't want to talk about the promotion I just received yesterday, but it is huge.
It's huge, and it will still be sold out.
So because when they were looking for who will take on that responsibility, everybody said so person
qualifies
to do it. So referral comes as a result of years of experience, years of hard work, years of grinding, and I'm still grinding.
Wow.
And I read an average of 2 books in a week.
Wow.
So what are we saying?
Yeah, if you look back to still in the industry, and you are one of the committees being set up for COVID-19, and the movie said you have to go on set to shoot this movie. If I say I feel the COVID affected most of this, because most of even these film actors even had to get infected. So in the seat, how comes, what did you people come out with it to be able to fight this, not to occur, not to happen, even though we know it affected them and the movie set was not really going to the way it should go. The COVID has really disorganized a lot of things. But now in the movie industry, how did it affect?
Yes, when the committee was set up by the Honorable Minister for Information, Lai Mohammed, it was for us to assess the impact of COVID-19 on the creative industry.
Okay.
So we went on a fact-finding mission, and what we found out amazed us. The losses recorded by the creative industry was huge. I can tell you for music alone, during the lockdown, the music industry lost well over 500 billion.
Wow.
So because the creative industry is being looked down upon, but is one of the biggest industries in Nigeria. As a matter of fact, by the record that we found out, the creative industry by the first quarter of 2020 contributed more than oil and gas to our economy. Yes, oil and gas then contributed 8.7%, and the creative industry, IT and broadcasting, contributed as much as 12.3%. And the creative industry, we also found that have the potential to create over 23 million direct jobs and bringing 1 billion foreign direct investment, as well as over 10 trillion in the next 10 years. So what COVID-19 did devastated the industry, because then people couldn't practice.
Exactly.
People couldn't go on location successfully. So we finished the committee's work. We handed over the report. Another committee was set up again by the minister to look at the implementation. So to be able to ascertain how much help the broadcasting industry should have, how much help the entire creative industry. And then again, the creative industry, it was when we went on that fact finding that I found that the creative industry is even bigger than I thought. I was thinking the creative industry was around music, television, radio, but it's even bigger.
It has a bigger body.
Yes, it's way bigger, way bigger. So maybe another time we'll engage on that conversation. But right now,
he made a promise now. Prince Aboki, you made a promise. The camera is my weakness. Okay, so we're listening.
Yeah, so eventually the industry has picked up, because even the film that I said is about to be released, Still Falling, was shot after the lockdown. And there's so many other productions came out. So many other movies are running in the cinemas, like Voiceless, and on and on and on you could go. So the industry is recuperating, and then hopefully things will just work out well.
Yes, I'm sure you're enjoying the profile, everything about what we're discussing here on Personality Profile on the Vintage Heritage Show. Don't forget, we have Prince Aboki in the studio on the Vintage Heritage Show. To me, it's a privilege, and you watching is a plus. We'll be right back on the Vintage Heritage Show.
Well done, boys. Bravo.
Ahoo!
How have the mighty fallen? You try. Kai kokari.
See how you suffer my boys them. Con they press control spoil on top my paroles. He pay me to talk. But now you be. Now between you and I, who they love last? Huh? Who they love last?
Welcome back, still on the Vintage Heritage Show, and I have my humble guest with me here. I told you he's a personality, and you've been hearing from the horse's mouth. The Vintage Heritage Show gives you the best you could ever imagine. Yeah, so welcome back, Prince Aboki.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll be talking finally, because this is our final segment that we have to round up on this personality profile. Yes, I think one parting word I will throw onto you, it's about your person, your personality, your relationship with the youth, the way you try to really impact them. Do you do it because you don't just have what to do, because it's so much?
Oh, well, the thing is, one of the challenges we've had growing up was that we're not exposed to too many opportunities. So it will be a disservice if we don't create the opportunities for the young people. And we do it passionately, without expecting anything from them. As a matter of fact, if you help somebody hoping to gain something, I wouldn't call it help. So we do it selflessly. The experiences we've had, we shouldn't die with it. We will share with them. We create platforms for young people. Anyone that is serious will take it, because we thought if that was done to us, we would have gone further than we are. But we are not complaining, because at some point too, other people created opportunities for us. So how much knowledge, and then how can you gain more knowledge when you don't share knowledge?
Exactly.
So we go about impacting in every opportunity we have.
Yeah, I actually threw that question because I see some young folks every time Aboki, Wazobia is giving a free format. You just come, you're not paying. I said, you're not paying. How is he going to work out this? You see, my little daughter even told me, Mommy, we're not paying. No. I said, you're not paying. No. After then again, it moves again. And one time there was a talent hunt again. She won a lot of things, and she said, Mommy, but you know it's Aboki that gave this. I said, just one person. You see, he has this heart for the youths and for the upcoming ones, and building an impact inside of them. That really caught my attention, and I want to salute you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I want to talk about one of your movies I've been privileged to watch, and that's Idaosa. Tell us briefly about Idaosa before we round up.
Okay, well, it wasn't directly mine, but I was just a part of it.
Okay.
It was done in honor of late Archbishop Idahosa.
Exactly.
And it also did well, both nationally and internationally.
I'm a witness to that.
Yes. I think it was produced and directed by Kingsley Ohagore.
Yeah.
So we just supported. But the one that's coming out now is Solely Ours.
Solely Ours.
Yes.
Can we
Still
briefly?
Falling.
Okay. What is Still Falling all about?
Yes, Still Falling is all about forgiveness, love and forgiveness, and that was why we chose February, just 2 days to Valentine.
Okay.
And good enough.
That's when the premiere will go on set.
Yes, it will be screening in cinemas around Nigeria.
Will it be in Kano cinema?
Yes, everywhere.
If it's going to be in Kano cinema, you're fighting how to forgive somebody. You need to be there.
Yes.
You're fighting how to love somebody. You kept saying no one wants to love me. Can you just come to Queen Cinema? Watch this in Kano. It's just Kano here. If you at that time you get to know beautiful things about love and forgiveness. Without these two things, you're no human.
Yes, and it will excite them to know that we've returned the elegant stallion herself, Liz Benson.
Wow!
In the film.
I said wow because she's one of my role models. Yes. Thank you very much.
And then we featured someone they wouldn't believe.
Who is that person?
I don't know if I should say.
Please say.
For the first time on screen, we have Dr. Panam Pasipo.
My God! This is really amazing.
Yes, and
if you want to know a versatile song maker, somebody who sings and the throne will be, in fact, the throne of God needs to listen and hear. Pana Papsipo was one of them.
Yes, and we have Sharon Oja, the lead in Olotore, and we have Daniel Etim Effiong. These are all A-listers in Nigeria.
I think it's a movie I should get together to watch.
Yes, and we have Senator the Comedian.
Wow.
We
Senator the Comedian.
As one of the guys from Style Plus, so it's star-studded.
Wow, that's a good one. Well, if you let me be, I'll continue this over and over again. And I'm sure that Prince Aboki has one or two things to tell the people out there, especially the media folks, especially those on TV, especially those on radio. You just have to take a parting word that will make you strong. You could have a challenge. Don't be so shy or pride to come seek for concept. You know, we do. He's here, don't I? Please, we do. And sometimes you put the shoulders down. You know, somebody will say, I like Jim Briggs. These are people I associate myself with. And I get to become who I am today. And I'm still pushing. So I don't know the parting word you want to tell people who are looking up to you. A lot are really looking up to you. I have to be very sincere. I've heard people say that. I think I will say something. One time there was a program going on in my ministry in the church. And they were like, they need an award to give people. And you could imagine about 4 people were dominating one person in the next 5 minutes. Somebody was saying, you don't know Aboki of Wazobia. And somebody said, and one of the pastors who doesn't know said, what? I said, when I got up, I said, everything said here requires and deserves for that person is this award should be given to when you're talking about humanitarian. I think he is. He has really built a lot. He has made life smile, including me here. I'm not excluded. And I want to tell you thank you for that. Thank you very much for coming. And you should have a parting word for our viewers.
Yes, the much you can do is that if you are living a life that is void of impact, it is a wasted life. But for young people who want to come into the media, if it is money you are looking for, I think you should consider or reconsider because the media should be an opportunity for impact.
Thank you very
and not
much.
To collect brown envelopes and make money. However, you could make money use it through other streams. But if you are looking for money, it's not here.
I think I believe you. I've never told him this. It's not to make him go gaga. I met a lady somewhere and we're talking about a corporate MC. He does that.
Yeah, I just anchored 2 days ago, I just anchored the Teachers Award and Gala.
You can even see.
So, and I collect plenty money.
You can see. See, this lady passed a message. She said something. And even when Aboki was paid, she now said it. She said, do you know, he gave me something out of what I knew he was paid. And it was even too big. And I was not imagining, what is he going home with? I smiled in my heart. The only thing I told her, I said, you don't know him.
Okay, I remember that story.
You remember the story?
Yes, but I didn't even collect. I just told
it happened in Bristol.
I said, just take it.
Good. And the person said that even till tomorrow, he said, Jane, I cannot stop being amazed by this guy. I said, he's just good.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's just good.
I'm humbled.
So, thank you very much. I want to say a very big thank you for coming to the Vintage Heritage Show.
Thank you. Now,
and I expect to have more and more of you.
I'll come back.
Viewers, it's been fun having the area father
yes.
on the Vintage Heritage Show. Yes, with this we have come to the end of this program today on the Vintage Heritage Show with Jim Briggs and Prince Aboki of Cool Wazobia and Arewa Radio. It's really been fun. You can join us on our platform on our YouTube, The Vintage Heritage Show, on Facebook, like us, The Vintage Heritage Show. You can walk into the Instagram and you find us there. That's where you watch this live and good, beautiful, you feel so good. Just meet us on our social medias and I tell you, you keep watching over and over again. And on behalf of the entire production crew, we'll meet again same time, same station. Don't forget, it's All Zamani TV. Thank you and stay blessed. Bye-bye.